大谷翔平、復帰への道筋明らかに、ドジャース首脳陣、6月復帰が目標、日本時間4月23日、米国時間22日、シカゴ、カブスの本拠地リグレー、フィールドで行われたロサンゼルス、ドジャースとの一戦、注目を集めるのはやはりドジャースの主砲、大谷翔平だ。この日のスポーツネット LA では、ドジャースのデーブ・ロバーツ監督が、大谷の投手復帰時期について最新情報を明かした。ロバーツ監督は、翔平は現在、順調にブルペン投球を再開しているが、スライダーはまだ投げておらず、実戦復帰は早くても6月、シーズン後半、特にプレーオフに向けて最高の状態に仕上げたい、と慎重な姿勢を強調した。専門家も、レギュラーシーズン序盤に急ぐ必要はない、秋に本来の二刀流が戻れば十分だ、と指摘した。一方、大谷はこの日も指名打者として出場し、鮮やかな打撃を披露、チームに欠かせない存在感を見せつけた。さらに番組では、大谷の投打兼任をめぐる戦略的議論が展開され、史上稀な二刀流選手の起用法に注目が集まった。引き続き、日本語字幕付きで試合前の専門家の討論、ロバーツ監督の独占インタビュー、そして大谷翔平の試合中の活躍をお楽しみください。
Hi, John. We sure do. He's got a few more months on him, but he's obviously had a very busy week with him and his wife welcoming their firstborn, a beautiful baby girl. So he, of course, has continued his throwing progression. Dave Roberts gave an update as to where he's at and what this last week just looked like for him in regard to throwing.
He played catch today. He's out there, I think, or just out there. We'll be out there. He's going to throw a light pen tomorrow, and then he'll go back to his kind of full-blown bullpen on Saturday.
Where are you guys as far as him and coming back to pitch? Where is this all leading?
I know it's leading towards somewhere to him pitching at some point with us. I still don't know, what the next step is. And I think once he starts facing hitters, then it'll start to become more pronounced. But right now he's still in the mode of just throwing bullpens, and he still hasn't thrown sliders yet either.
He means so much to you guys as a DH that why risk it? Have you heard that kind of stuff? And what is the pros and cons?
Pros and cons, there certainly obviously brings in risk. That's the con. But a guy that has done it, has performed really well as a pitcher, the desire to do that, the talent to do that, and you essentially get two all-star players in one. So there's a lot of upside, but I certainly understand people's opinions.
I think it's how you say, like, it might be a couple months from this point until he's back. Is that reflective of kind of a plan starting to come together, or more just kind of guessing on kind of where he's at right now and how long it might take?
More guessing on where he's at right now.
So for Shohei Ohtani, he continues to be on track with his throwing progression, whether it's intense bullpens, more touch and feel, lighter bullpens, like one that he will have tomorrow. Dave Roberts has shared that he's still got some more time. And when it comes to those bullpens, until he gets through his full pitch mix, as he of course mentioned, he hasn't started throwing sliders just yet in his bullpens. So once he gets to his full pitch mix and then he gets to facing live hitters, then he'll have a better idea as to when that exact return to the big league mound is going to be. But another guy to keep their eye on, another returning starting pitcher, Blake Snell. He has been playing catch these past few days since picking up the ball last week on Monday, and he is hopefully going to actually be getting off the mound and throwing a bullpen tomorrow, and they'll have a better idea as to what his return could be after that, guys.
And today, Clayton Kershaw is pitching for Double-A Tulsa as well, so we have more guys potentially coming back in the near future. Kirsten, thank you very much. We originally thought we might see Shohei Ohtani back on the mound for the Dodgers and in the rotation in May, but now it looks like it's going to be June at the earliest, Jerry. But Dave Roberts in that front office, they've really maintained all along. They just want him to be available later in the season and especially in October.
100%, and that's the key, making sure that he is that 100% to be that difference maker on the mound late in the season and in the playoffs, World Series. And Shohei Ohtani, you got to remember, you can't send him out on a rehab assignment because he's our leadoff hitter. So, again, this is a unique situation. I love that they're still slow playing him and making sure when he's ready to go, he can be that dominant pitcher once again.
Yeah, this is it's such a unique situation. I mean, he's your best hitter on the team. He's your leadoff hitter, and you can't risk him getting hurt. So you got to definitely slow play it. You got to just put him out there maybe in September and just let him lead into the playoffs, because that's when you really need him. You don't need him for the regular season. If the team is battling for a division come late August, then you bring him in then. But you don't really need him for the regular season as of right now. Slow play it until then, and then play it by ear. There's no reason for you to put him out there now, risk injury, and then you don't have him in the playoffs on either side of the ball.
If you would have told me this, 15 years ago, we'd be discussing on TV together, I got an ace pitcher, and he's the best hitter on the team. We're like, what are you talking about here? Babe Ruth didn't even do this. You got to remember, Babe Ruth was an incredible pitcher first, and he hit a little bit because he was such a great hitter. Right. They said, you're going to be done pitching. And he just focused on being a hitter and become one of the greatest hitters ever.
And Barry Bonds has said recently that he thinks Shohei shouldn't pitch, Jerry. He should just focus on hitting. Do you think that's something that you do?
That's a great... I totally understand why Barry Bonds said this. I think he's going to be a starter maybe the next couple years. And listen, I don't want to put limits on Shohei Ohtani because he's really has shown us he's limitless. But he is such a difference maker every single day in the lineup. Maybe we start after the season, maybe a year after that, start to kind of think about maybe being a closer. Kind of the way Brad Wilkerson was a closer for Florida back in the day. Mark Kotsay was a closer when in college. Use him like a college-type player.
I agree. I think he should be a reliever and leave it at that.
How about Brad Wilkerson making our show?
Brad Wilkerson. Tommy Edmonds, no stranger to Wrigley Field, thanks to his 5 seasons playing for the Cardinals. Tonight will be Tommy Tank's 37th career game at the National League's oldest ballpark. Edmond with 7 homers, tops on the Dodgers this season, 2nd in the National League. Plus, the Dodgers finished off a series win in Texas on Sunday with an unconventional final outs. Our top 10 plays of the week. And next.
Introducing Carl's Jr.'s new triple burgers. Next time, tell him to triple it. And by Lexus, experience amazing. Speaking of, Shohei Ohtani making his way into Wrigley Field earlier today, a place that he's always hit well. You never know what you're going to get, and they've had some cold and windy weather so far this season. It was nasty yesterday again. But it's heated up as today's gone on. It's in the high 60s as we get started, although that wind, it appears, is going to be blowing out the higher you get.
Yeah, it's going to be swirling as the ball comes down. If it's a pop-up, you won't be able to catch it if it's a home run, because this wind, when the ball is really high, you can see it's blowing directly out. And so this is a rarity so far early in the season for the Cubs to have the wind blowing out. They've only had the wind blowing out one other game than here tonight.
There's that man again. He's leading things off for this lineup. Brought to you by your Southern California helpful Honda dealers, with Betts hitting second, Tasker Hernandez hitting third with the left-handed pitcher, Freddie Freeman, the cleanup man, Tommy Edman, who has been a Cub killer throughout his career, and especially Imanaga, who pitches today. Will Smith does the catching. Max Muncy's at third base. Then Kike Hernandez and Andy Pages to round things out. And it's Shota Imanaga, who not a lot of people saw coming, at least to this degree. He signed a modest contract. It was right in line with what the expectations were. Blew those expectations out of the water last year, going 15-3 as a rookie, and he's built upon that. You see what he's done so far this year.
He was in the top 5 in Cy Young voting. This guy is going to come at you with mainly the fastball and the splitter. And with those 2 pitches, he can be devastatingly really good.
Yeah, and he faces his fellow countryman and Shohei Ohtani, who is 0 for 7 lifetime against him. Off we go from Wrigley Field with a fastball upstairs, and here is that arsenal.
Yeah, the fastball on the first pitch is about 60% of the time, but he'll then mix in that splitter. He likes to go up with the fastball a lot, like that first pitch to Ohtani.
Here's his 0-1. Ohtani shoots one left side that knuckles its way through, and it's a leadoff hit for Ohtani. Gage Workman, who's making only his 4th start of the season, 4th start in the big leagues over there at third base, just got tied up by this thing.
He's in a conventional 6 hole over there, playing wide off at third base. You see where he is. He's like a shortstop playing halfway. But yeah, he didn't read that hop very well.
Did it hit the lip?
It might have hit the lip on him, but boy, it must have kicked a long way.
Gets a tying run to the plate at the top of the order. Ohtani, who looked out of sorts against Imanaga, striking out a couple times, flailing at a pitch that was way off of the plate. Looking for his first hit of this trip. Looking for that dad strength. 2-0. Three balls and no strikes on Ohtani. Not budging against Keller. It's been a roller coaster of a game. Dodgers had 3 runs in the top of the first. Cubs had 5 runs in the bottom of the first. Settled in from there for a few innings. It's picked up again the last couple. On a 3-1, Ohtani takes a strike, and it's 3-2. He thought it was ball 4. Come on back.
Just at the bottom, nicks it. Paul Clemens behind the plate, I think, has done a very good job tonight. The excitement has been on the field, and the umpires have really not caused any of it. It's a good thing.
There's ball 4. First 2 each for the Dodgers. Tying run aboard.
大谷翔平、復活へのカウントダウン。いよいよ本格始動だ。ドジャースが誇る二刀流の神。その伝説の右腕が再びマウンドへ帰還する日は刻一刻と近づいている。今シーズン序盤、彼は投手としてではなく指名打者として圧倒的な存在感を示し続けているが、その背後では静かに、しかし着実に復活へのロードマップが進行していたのだ。この1週間、大谷の人生に新たな喜びが訪れた。愛妻とともに待望の第一子となる女児の誕生を迎え、多忙な日々を送る中でも、彼は決してトレーニングを緩めなかった。その精神力、そのプロフェッショナルな姿勢はまさに別次元。凡人の理解をはるかに超えるものだ。ドジャースの名将でロバーツ監督によれば、現在、大谷は徐々に投球練習の強度を上げているという。ブルペンでの本格的な投球再開に向け、まずは軽めの投球練習からスタート。そして週末にはさらに強度を高めた実戦形式のブルペンに移行するという予定が明らかにされた。ただ、現在はまだスライダーの投球には至っていないという状況だ。大谷の二刀流復帰には慎重な声も存在する。なぜなら、彼は単なる投手、あるいは単なる打者というレベルをはるかに超えているからだ。一人で2人分のオールスター級選手に匹敵する期待の才能、それを無理にリスクにさらす必要があるのか、という意見も当然出てくるだろう。しかし、大谷翔平という男は我々の常識を超える存在なのだ。メジャーリーグという最高峰の舞台で、投手としても打者としても頂点を極めた唯一無二の伝説、野球史を塗り替え、全米を熱狂させ、日本の誇りとして君臨し続ける彼の二刀流挑戦は、単なる記録や勝敗を超えた崇高な使命なのだ。球団関係者によれば、大谷が実際にメジャーのマウンドに戻るのは早くても6月と予測される。現在はまだ具体的な日程を示す段階には至っていないが、その理由は単純明快。ドジャースは、プレーオフ、さらにはワールドシリーズ制覇という究極のゴールに照準を定めているからだ。大谷が 100% の状態でシーズン後半戦に突入し、秋の大舞台でその神業とも称される投球術を披露することこそが、チーム最大の目的である。かつてベーブ・ルースが投手から打者に転向し、伝説となったように、一部では、大谷も打者に専念すべき、という意見もある。だが、大谷翔平はその常識すら軽々と飛び越えてしまう男だ。彼に限界など存在しない。ある解説者は、将来的には抑え投手としての役割も可能ではないか、と語るが、それさえもまた、彼の才能を再定義する新たな可能性だろう。いずれにしても、ドジャースが描くシナリオははっきりとしている。焦らず、慎重に、そして最も重要な場面に彼の右腕を解き放つ。9月、10月、ポストシーズンこそが真の勝負どころだ。彼を今、急いで復帰させる理由はどこにもない。なぜなら、大谷翔平はすでに、生ける伝説としての地位を確立しているのだから。我々は今、歴史を目撃している。この偉大な物語の結末を目にするため、これからのドジャース戦、大谷翔平の動向から決して目を離してはならない。彼の伝説はまだまだ続く。その奇跡を共に見届けようではないか。